Wonderland. It is 5:48 a.m. on November 7th. I decided this morning, and I might have to make a habit of this, I'm taking advantage of the daylight savings time change, the end of daylight savings. So right now it feels like 6:48, so that's not too bad, right? And I am hitting the road for a proper wander today. My first time bringing you along on one of those. And that's where some people call it getting lost, right? Although I kind of know where I'm going. At least I have destinations in mind. But yeah, I just hit the road, see what I see, stopped where I want to stop. Got a few major things that I want to do. My main idea is to get over towards the mountains and get some fall color. We might be just past peak at this point, but it's been a weird fall because it stayed warm longer than usual, I think. So at least here in the Richmond area where we live, a lot of things are still green. There's a good amount of fall color, and then some have lost their leaves, so it's a little weird. It's staggered, or I don't know. It didn't peak all at once, at any rate. But anyway, so yeah, we're hitting the road. I'm hitting the road, and I think we've got some good stops. I think you'll see some neat stuff today. One thing I want to do, well, I'll get into that in a minute. Let's hit the road. Yeah. All right. On the highway, fuel is full, cruise is set. Not a lot of cars on the road at this time. It's before 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning. That's weird, right? So, my last couple videos, my first two videos, have really just been more like travelogues, and this will be part of that too, but I want to get more into talking about photography and that sort of thing. So today, hopefully, I'll make it a point to share some more of the photos that I take and kind of my process or reasoning when I'm taking them, the things I think about, what I'm looking for. So yeah, hopefully that'll be interesting for anybody who cares about photography, but that's part of the idea of this channel, so we'll make that happen. And on that note, I'm going to drive for a while, so talk to you later, after the sun comes up, probably. All right. Sun's coming up behind me, heading west into the mountains. Getting into some foothills now around the Charlottesville area. Pretty nice. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Check out this fog blowing through. Feeling the breeze too. Yeah, it was in the 40s when I left home, so it's down to 30 now. That's great. Luckily, I brought coat, gloves, hat. I should be all right. So my first destination today is Natural Bridge State Park. And I'm almost there, but I'm a little bit early, a few minutes. So in the area here are some kind of old-timey roadside tourist attractions, which are always fun, right? Check this out. We got Kong. Well, a gorilla. Yeah, that's probably Kong. Dragon playing a lute. This is fascinating and kind of terrifying. Not sure what's going on over here. It's a wizard. It's the face of Merlin. Let's see, over here we got a robot and a very large bug of some sort. And it's 31 degrees right now. A little chilly for me, but we'll be all right. Oh, he's got a wound, this guy. Okay. Yeah, so this is interesting. I think this is Franken chicken, actually. Good stuff, right? Just a taste of what we'll see today. Here at Natural Bridge, I'm chilly. I cannot lie. Low 30s right now, I believe. So far this is nice. I'm just down, there's a trail, of course, that goes to the bridge and then goes beyond it to, I think, a little waterfall type thing. So yeah, I'll check that out. But here we have, behind me, you can see that, a dead arbor vitae tree that was about 1,600 years old, they think, when it died. It's pretty cool. One of the oldest in the world. Never know what you're gonna find. This is a nice spot. Not too much further up the trail, but a little bit of quick history. So Natural Bridge, which we're heading towards, kind of one of the first tourist attractions of the young United States and colonies at the time. Land was actually owned by Thomas Jefferson for a while. He bought it up to protect it, and I want to say that he or his descendants passed it along to the state, the government, at some point for preservation. So that's pretty cool. Let me flip around. So all along this trail, it's kind of a nice little stream with some water drips. So this is a good spot for some photos. I will take some. This is neat. The stream runs into a little dam here. Looks to me, at least in this area, we're past Fall Peak. Hopefully I get lucky somewhere else though. But this is nice, quiet, cold. And here it is, the Natural Bridge. There's actually a highway that runs across it. It always was a road, and it still is. Pretty cool. This place gets pretty busy. That's why I wanted to come here first, get here early, before too many people showed up. Not too bad. It's beautiful. So the other good thing about getting here early is that I get to play with the sun. I like when it's low enough that I can include it in photos. Get some sun ray action going on. It's probably not looking great on this camera, but yeah, I'll show you some of the ones that I'm taking. The regular camera. And of course I'm doing my usual high dynamic range HDR stuff. So far I'm using the 24-70 and the 15-35 lenses, which I like a lot. I like the sound of the creek and all. Yeah, there's a lot of light and shadow going on right now, which this camera's probably not doing great with, but this is a really amazing spot. Oh, looking at the sun. That's so cool. That's what exploring is all about. So when we're talking composition and whatnot, obviously you've got lots of options. Especially when it's light and shadow like this, you can play around quite a bit. So I've got my 15-35 millimeter lens on now, which I almost always use at 15 millimeters. Because that's what it looks like. I like it nice and wide. Yeah. Oh, with the water drops falling down. Yeah, that's really nice. see what we can come up with here. Here too, I'm liking this wall. I'm not sure if you can see it. There's a short stone wall here that I set the camera on. That camera. And that's kind of a nice leading line, right? So, see if I can do anything with that. In fact, I'm going to get a little low on that. I'm still chilly. But this trail is very nice. This runs along the creek here. Hope you can hear some of that babbling water. And the cliffs on the other side. Yeah, this is just super gorgeous. I see what old Thomas Jefferson saw in the place. This is cool. Little bridge that takes you to a saltpeter mine cave that Thomas Jefferson himself leased out for the mining. Can't really go in it very far. That's okay. Very cool. Now check this out. The Lost River, which is over here. Hopefully you can hear it. Don't really see water running here. Sure do hear it. Back in there somewhere. It's pretty cool. So I'm still here on the trail. I believe it's going towards some waterfalls. It's a nice walk anyway. See where it keeps going. Good news though, I am getting warmer. I don't know what the temperature's up to. Probably in the 40s by now. Or getting close to 40 at any rate. But yeah, that's an improvement. And here at the end of the trail, Lace Falls, which isn't huge. It's pretty neat though. And this whole stretch of the stream is like rocks. It's hard to explain. It's like a huge cascade down a bunch of striated rocks. I think I'm going to try to get a little drone footage. I don't know if that's allowed here or not, but I'm all alone. And I feel safe about it, so I'm going to give that a try. And some photos, of course. It's a nice payoff at the end of this walk. Yeah. I have droned, I have photoed, I have left the falls. So now I'm on my way back out of here to the next destination. But first, I just noticed this. This is what I was talking about. So this whole creek, stream, whatever you want to call it, it's all rocky like this, all the way. It's a really neat geology. It's karst in these areas, so that's limestone with caves and sinkholes and that sort of thing. So Florida-like, except for all the cliffs and mountains and waterfalls and stuff. Yeah, very cool. Love it out here. This is an excellent state park we've got on our hands, Mr. Jefferson. Down the trail we go. I've made a quick planned stop in the small town of Buchanan, which is famous for this swinging bridge that I'm walking on. It's pretty cool. And here we're right near the mountains. And that mountain, look at the colors. Down here we have the New River. I believe that's the New River. I don't know what's new about it, but there it is. Yeah, it's a beautiful morning. A little concerned here. Up above me is a whole mess of pigeons. Hi, pigeons. And they do poop a lot, apparently. Yummy. I crossed the bridge and back. I'm down by the river here. The piers of the bridge, you can see it behind me, hopefully. They date back to 1851 when it was the road bridge, a toll bridge, no less. And of course, over time, it outgrew. The city outgrew the bridge and built a new one on the other side of it there and turned this one into a pedestrian bridge, which is famous, I guess, apparently. Who knew? Nice little walk, though. So now there's some birds here. Just a super nice view along the river. So photographically speaking, I only hopped out with my camera and 15 to 35 millimeter wide angle. So I'm a little limited. I couldn't be shooting these birds that are hopping around in this bush. But for wide, I mean, look at that mountain over there. River, of course. So shots that put those together, that's what it's all about. And the reflections in the water, the colors, yeah. Hopefully I got some stuff that'll show that off nicely. I'm seeing down around the bend a bright orange tree, like red maple maybe. I think I'm going to head that way a little bit and see if it's good. I've learned that anywhere you go in this area, there's going to be Civil War history. So that pedestrian bridge, the swinging bridge that I just crossed, is no exception. I mentioned that the piers, the stone piers, date to 1851. So of course, during the Civil War in 1864, the war arrived and tried to cross the river. And of course, bridges being valuable commodities, one side decided to torch it. And the bridge survived, but it was unusable. It needed fixing, obviously. But the piers are the same ones. Witnesses to history. I like that kind of thing. History in sight, I call it. Good stuff. And a little bit more history here. This not really attractive trench and concrete and stone is what's left of the James River and Kanawha Canal. Kanawha? I think I say that right. But yeah, that dates back to George Washington's days, and literally George Washington himself was involved in the company that built it and surveyed it and all that good stuff. So yeah, early roots in this area, which is part of why I like it here, right? Pretty neat. Now this park too is pretty. Right across the river from the mountain. Gazebo. That's a picture right there, isn't it? Let me find the angle. So I really like that red maple behind it. That's the colors that I really like. But next to it is kind of a dead, is that like a sugar maple? Something. So I want to find a good angle. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, next stop, Peaks of Otter, which is a visitor center along the Blue Ridge Parkway, surrounded by 3 mountains, one of which, Sharp Top. There's a trail to the top, which I'm going to attempt to climb. It's a 1.5 mile each way, 3 mile round trip. It's supposed to be fairly strenuous, getting up at least, so it could kill me. I'm not young anymore. But the view from the top is supposed to be incredible, so that's the idea. Although, geez, I mean, look all around. The view everywhere is incredible. Can you see that mountain behind me? Ah. Yeah, this is a good time. I'm enjoying myself today. I'm a little scared about this hike, though. I'm going to take it easy and slow. All right, see you on the other side. Checking in, not to the top yet, but I think I'm getting close. I haven't died yet, as far as I know. This is rough though. I was cold when I started. Definitely not cold anymore. Although the wind is kicking up quite a bit as I near the top, which is nice, but it's chilly now and then. Anyway, taking a breather. Then a final stretch, hopefully. And then on the way down, I get a gravity assist, so that shouldn't be too bad. I'm starting to think a backpack of 40 pounds of photographic equipment, not a great idea. It's good exercise, though. Okay, I'll see you at the top. I did make it at last. I took a bunch of pictures. The top is very windy and a little crowded. This is a popular trail, especially on weekends, so yeah. There's a little shelter building with a fireplace with a fire in it. I'm gonna hang out there for a minute before I start down. Oh man, quite a view up here. That is true. I need to go up and get some video, actually. I'll do that. Then I'll head back down. Hope the return trip is easier. That was the longest mile and a half of my life. Alright, soon. It's actually empty in here. Yeah, this feels good. I'm warm. It's a cool breeze up here, I'll tell you that. To the left of it is actually where I'm parked. It's a long way down. Windy. So way back down isn't so bad. Although, kind of stepping sideways a lot. Hurts my old ankles and knees. But I don't have to take as many breaks, so I should make a lot better time. I guess during the peak season here, there's a tram that takes you from where I parked more or less to like 1,500 feet from the top. I totally would have done that at least one way. But it's closed for the season, so not an option. If I do this again though, yeah. This has been a strenuous hike indeed, which I needed. It's good. I'm happy about it. Totally worth it. The top of the mountain was incredible, but whew. I'll be glad when I get back to the car and get a drink. Now here's a tree with some fall color. It's just beautiful. Clearly, I'm a glutton for punishment. Stopped to do one more trail. I think this will be it for today. It's the Fallingwater Cascades, so it's a waterfall. I don't think it's one of the impressive ones in the area, but the walk is reasonably short and so far pretty level, which is nice. That'll probably change. So yeah. We'll do this one, get some pictures, call it a day, head home. I don't have no idea how long it'll take to get home. So that'll be the next thing to figure out. I've got no cell service right here. Nice. Okay, what can we see here? I do love the part of waterfall hikes when you start to hear the water. I've reached that point. So I think go up and around the bend here. And it'll be there, hopefully. It's not too far away. Alright. Home stretch of this hike. Oh, my knees hurt at this point. Getting old. It's no fun. This is what I'm hearing. Water. Pretty. Not big. There's a bridge up there. Check that out. Aha. So the Cascades are actually over there. Nice. And the trail continues a little bit, I think, so I can check that out. This is nice, though. Being exhausted, I only brought my camera with one lens, so no drone this time. Still, I can get some good photos. Let's see. I was led to believe this wasn't much of a waterfall, but it's pretty nice. Looks good to me. 80 feet or so, probably. Worth the hike. But man, I'm ready to go home. Alright. Take a few shots and get out of here. Alright, you know what to do, like, subscribe, all the standard YouTube stuff. Enjoy your day and get out and water.